Good morning, y'all. Oh, crap. Let me turn my notifications down. My media. I had changed my time a few different times because my husband was leaving and he was going to ride his motorcycle. And I kept thinking that motorcycle was sitting outside. It's really loud because it's a Harley. And the damn thing is not even here. It is next door in the garage. So I rescheduled my live stream for nothing because when he cranks that motorcycle, it makes the dogs bark. So here's everybody. Queen, Lisa, Verbal, Just Mama, Mel Mel, Hazel, Valerie. Good morning, y'all. So I was just reading before I went live about Kelsey Barrett. Patrick Frazee and his defense team is going to shift the blame, y'all, to the girlfriend, Crystal. Hey, Tanny, AP, there's Verbal. Did I say hi to Hazel? I can't remember. Not hi, Hazel. It's evening time where Hazel's at. Anyways, back to Patrick Frazee. I knew that they were going to do that. I believe a while back the prosecutors had asked that they be made aware if they were going to try to put the blame on someone else. There's April, Z Storage, Ola, Michelle. Morning. Okay, let me find this article. There must be some new court documents that were filed. Let me scroll back up here. Patrick Frazee's attorneys officially plan to shift the blame in Kelsey Bear's killing to his ex-girlfriend, Crystal Lee Kenny, one of the state's key witnesses in the upcoming trial against Frazee, according to a court document filed Tuesday. The document was Frazee's attorney's endorsement of defenses and witnesses ahead of the trial, which is scheduled to begin October 28th in Cripple Creek. The endorsement also included a defense of general denial of Frazee's involvement in the killing of Kelsey, his 29-year-old fiancée. The filing also shows the people whom the defense planned to call as witnesses. Kelsey went missing in Woodland Park on Thanksgiving Day 2018. Her body has not been found. So I knew that was going to happen. That could possibly, y'all, create a lot of reasonable doubt in the jury's mind. Is he having a jury trial or just by the judge, I wonder? I don't know. I've not been really following this case too much. Spineless piece of shit. Amen to that, Verbal. Guilty and pathetic. Yep, sure is. You know, is it possible, guys, that Crystal, she could have killed Kelsey? I guess that's a possibility. It creates doubt in my mind, so it probably will a jury too, according to the evidence, I guess. I know, AP. I did that video on her last night and put it up on my Patreon. I forgot to put it up on YouTube, so I did this morning. And Crystal, subscriber, commented and told me, so I did an update video about it. But that girl planned to run away, I guess, with her 17-year-old boyfriend and set it up to make her parents think she was abducted. It's good news, but just think what she's put her parents through. The police department, all the agencies that help search. She needs her butt busted. Sorry, but she does. I'm glad she's home safe, but she needs her butt busted. I wonder what's going on in her home that she wanted to run away, though. I also think that in my mind. Hey, Shine On. See, it's created doubt for you too. It did me too. They had a place on this article that I could click on and go to the documents filed. Now, I have the one affidavit right after he was arrested, uh, has what all Crystal told authorities in it, of course. And that reminds me of Michelle Triconis, I believe Z Storage this morning commented. Um, that girl is sick. I mean, she couldn't hardly even stand to be in court because she is scared to death. What was that you was saying, Z Storage, in that comment um, about her having like diarrhea or something? I guess she's worried to death. Let me go see if I can find that comment. Let's see. Oh, okay. She says the watery diarrhea has already reached her pants. That's what she looks worse than ever. Okay. Um, I thought she looked bad too, and by reading that article, her holding her head in her hands and stuff, she's sick with worry. She's afraid she's going to be going to prison for the rest of her life, or maybe worse. I don't know if they have the death penalty there. And she's a twin. Oh, the little girl that went missing was a twin? Oh, my goodness. I'd be pissed if I was her, too. It probably is stupid teenage love because she ran off with a boy. That's what I'm thinking. Either that or something going on at home. Hey, there's Queen. Hey, there's Alex. Hey, girl. How are you? But anyways, Michelle Triconis makes me so mad when they go to court. They are in court less than 2 minutes. When the hell have I ever been to court and got out there in 2 minutes? Never. No one else does either, unless you're, I guess, a rich person. Sometimes people sit in court all day just to go in front of the judge. I don't know. These rich people, they get it a lot easier when they go to court, like this Felicity Hoffman about the college admission scandals. She's going to do 2 weeks in a luxury prison in California in a bungalow with cable TV and a computer. How is that punishment? That's crazy. Male, entitled teenager disease. Yeah, they need their ass busted is what they need. And they would quit being that way. I bet her parents were so glad to see her, but so mad at the same time. It's also that little girl missing from New Jersey. I did the video on. I've been trying to follow it, see what's happening. You have a cranky 2-year-old. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, Queen, they got money. They get off easy. But they issued an Amber Alert for this little girl missing from New Jersey. Let me see if this is the article that had that timeline in it. So she was at a park in New Jersey. Is it called Bridgeton, I believe? And she's with her mom, her 3-year-old brother, I believe, and an 8-year-old relative. So the little girl who's like 5 years old and the 3-year-old go play in the park. The mom's in the vehicle 30 feet away with the 8-year-old relative. 10 minutes later, the 3-year-old comes back and says he can't find his sister. And they said someone in a red van took her with the sliding door. I believe they caught it on some of it on surveillance, maybe. But the mother came out and said that investigators were insinuating that a family member may be involved. Now, I know the mom's boyfriend is in custody of ICE agents. Hey, there's Love Hollis. Love Bull Rogue. Hey, girls. Her mother, after she disappeared, she made a weird statement. She said, I don't know why she would run away. Well, she didn't. She was lured off by somebody they believe. Hey, Katie. They said she was a very shy little girl and stuff. So it had to be probably somebody she knowed, or could have been a stranger abduction. I guess they could have lured her some way. Yeah, verbal. I agree. If you pay, you can play. Yeah, it's all about money. Did I say good morning to Shirley? Good morning, Shirley. Thank you for the necklaces, girl. I love them. I put it at the end of Funny Farm video. I put your link in the comments a few minutes ago. I forget to do that link stuff. See, Google Marcus Faisal. Okay. How you pronounce that? Faisal? Marcus Faisal? Oh, crap. Let me get out of this. I believe there's a family member involved, too. Right before she disappeared, an hour before she disappeared, it showed her on surveillance video in the store with her mom, who is pregnant. I think she's about 5 months pregnant. I believe a family member took her. Okay, Katie, I'm Googling it. Is he a 3-year-old child? Michael Faisal was an American 3-year-old child who was murdered in Claremont County, Ohio in August 2007. Marcus had recently been removed from his mother's care by Child Protective Services and placed into foster care with David and Liz Carroll in Union Township, where he died from hypothermia after being restrained and neglected in a closet for a 2-day period. On February 21st, 2007, Liz Carroll was convicted of murdering him. On February 26, 2007, it was announced attorneys for David Carroll had reached a plea agreement. Oh, that is awful. I thought they said it was her pants was supposed to have like butterflies or something on them. I read white dress shoes. I don't know unless she changed her clothes. I thought it was the same outfit, but I could be wrong. Hey, Shug. It's all right. I was late all morning. I woke up getting coffee this morning, so I had to go out and get some. Is just Mama in here? Are you going to do video on this, Katie? His foster parents said he disappeared in a park and it was all a lie. Oh, I see why you told me. I have been very suspicious of this story of this mother because why would you let your 3-year-old and 5-year-old go play in the park and you sat in the car? Now, I know it's 30 yards from the park, but still, what if they fall or something off monkey bars or something? So many people went looking for him and his foster parents had killed him already. It's usually the way it goes. I mean, there's some good foster parents in the world, but there's some really bad ones. My son's dad was in foster care when he was little, and he was abused, physically abused by his foster parents. He said he was about 4 years old and could remember it. And one of those big batteries that goes in one of them powered kids' toys, the foster parent hit him in the head with it. Yeah, when you hear about these cases, it reminds you of older cases. Does me all the time too, girl. Oh, yeah, Katie, that concert is not the 22nd. It's the 28th. I'm just mixed up. I just learned that this morning because I was like, we going to that concert this weekend? Because my mom's staying here and I got to make sure everything's straight to her liking. She's more particular than me. And he's like, no, it's the 28th. So that's my bad. I was thinking yesterday, I was reading all y'all's comments. I was looking at People Magazine's True Crime. There is so many horrible cases in the world. I don't know how anybody could ever talk about all of them. There's just so many happening. So much abuse, child abuse going on, even elderly abuse. Yeah, Katie, it's not this weekend. It's next. I didn't even know. Well, he didn't say anything the other day. I was like, the other day I said something. I was like, I gotta go find me a shirt to wear to the concert for this weekend. He never said a word. Half the time he probably doesn't listen to half what I say because he's watching TV. So, it's like this morning, I kept delaying my live stream time because I was waiting for him to leave because he was taking his Harley. And it's really loud when it cranks, and my dogs don't like it. They'll start barking. So I just kept waiting. And the damn Harley's not even parked out there. It's over at the neighbors in the garage. Oh, my mind's not been right. Oh, thank you, Katie. I told you to keep that for yourself. You need some rooster stuff in your kitchen as well. I was going to bring you something up to match it, to be honest. I don't know. I don't know how many nights I'm going to be gone. Probably just one, if I can help it, because my mom cannot handle all these dogs. I agree. There's the DA rates stores for illegal gambling, jailing parents. I don't understand. There's a process to transfer out of district, but improving the situation would stop most of it. Yeah. Hey, Deplorable Bobby. I'm subscribed to your channel. On one of my channels, either on Sunny's account or my account one, I'm subscribed to your channel. Sure am. It's a good person. Seem to be a good person. Oh, yeah. I forgot I was going to tell you about the serial killer in Detroit arrested. I saw it on the news this morning. I did a video on it. He was killing prostitutes. There's like 30,000 abandoned houses in Detroit. So he was killing these sex workers. I shouldn't call them prostitutes. Sex workers. And leaving their bodies in abandoned houses. He thought nobody would miss them or care because what they did for money. But they have caught him. And the mayor of Detroit said they're working on getting rid of some of these abandoned houses in Detroit. Lord have mercy. I read these stories and I do not want to live in the city. I'm glad to be in the hills. One of the strange things about this serial killer, well, I guess it's strange, is most serial killers are white males. This is an African American guy. I think I've heard 2 or 3 different serial killers that are African American men, and all of them killed sex workers. Most of the white guys do too. It's like they hate women or something. Like I was telling my hubby this morning, those women that work the streets and stuff, most of them have had bad lives, bad childhoods. Some of them have mental illness, Most of them suffer from addiction, but they are somebody's daughter too, somebody's sister, somebody's friend. They're a human being. And I think some people don't look at drug addicts and street workers like that. Yeah, I'm happy to be in the boonies, but we got some crazies around here too, every now and then. It's dangerous. I was even paranoid to go to the movies the other night. I sat close to the exit in case you got to get out of there, because I figure if there's going to be like a theater shooting or something, they're probably going to come um, through the main doors, not the exit maybe. So I like sitting next to the exit. Sometimes reading all these true crime stories makes me paranoid. But when I have my son with me, makes me even more paranoid. I tell him if anything ever goes on when we're out in public, you do what I say and don't ask questions. Just do it. The damn shame Mark asked me the other day if I wanted him to order Timothy one of those bulletproof backpacks. That's a shame. It's come to that in this country. You got to worry about sending your kid to school because of school shootings and things. Yeah, most of the time, everybody knows the psychos that's in the boonies. I know, Lovable Rogue. I shouldn't think like that. It's hard not to, though. And I was noticing going into the movie theater, I didn't see no metal detectors or anything. And I think they should have them there. They should have some type of security anywhere where there's a large group of people gathered. Valerie, it's actually a myth that most serial killers are white, CC. I read an article about it. Oh, really? Because I always have heard that on TV and stuff. I'd like to read that article. Yeah, I agree. Love plays a big factor. Even in Canada, it's bad. I know. I just did a video about this guy up in Canada that killed his wife with a sledgehammer. He took his kids to church afterwards, brought them home, put them in their pajamas, called one of the little girls in there, and took one of those, the horses on the stick the kids have, and strangled her with it. Got behind her, then did the other daughter. He didn't want them to grow up with, knowing that their dad killed their mother, he said. What a psycho. Hey, Ellie. Good morning, girl. Oh, they kill white people up there, Verbal? Oh, my goodness. I'm going to get off topic a minute. Did y'all watch American Horror Story last night? New season, American Horror Story 1984. I was so pissed off. I was like, they basically took the plot from Friday the 13th, being at a camp, and Michael Myers' Halloween, of a killer that's killed before and coming back to his old turf, and combined it. And I was like, I need to go to Hollywood and write their script for them or something. I mean, they added some new stuff of their own in there. But I was like, damn, what a ripoff. I didn't actually watch it last night. I actually watched it this morning when I got up on demand because I fell asleep. And I feel bad. I missed Christina Journey's live stream last night. Sometimes, y'all, I put down my phone and stuff and get to watching TV or fooling with my animal, and I don't pick it back up and I fall asleep. I do apologize. Oh, is that the article? Okay, cool. Thanks, Valerie. When I get off here, I'm going to read that. That reminds me, Creative Revival is actually the one that sent me the article about the serial killer. I forgot about that. I read so much and watch so much that I get stuff mixed up sometimes. It's been a few months. I was just reminded of AJ Friend. It's been a few months since he was murdered and his parents were arrested, and I'm just wondering if they're going to have a trial or what. This little girl disappearing from New Jersey reminds me of AJ because AJ's mother was pregnant too, and I believe she was about 5 months pregnant, 5 or 6 months pregnant when they killed him. And now this New Jersey girl is missing. Her mom's pregnant too. Just Mama. I was trying to watch Christina's Journey, but I think she was having technical issues. She sent me a message, and I didn't see it till this morning that she was going to do her live stream because I told her to remind me. But I fell asleep. American Horror Story was getting ready to come on, and I fell asleep before it came on. I do that all the time. If I sit down, I fall asleep. I get up early, and so I fall asleep. I'm usually tired. But with all these animals, it's like a lot of work, like carrying water and doing this and that, and dogs and YouTube. Thank you, Deplorable Bobby. I'm just going to call him Bobby. Y'all check out Bobby's channel. He's a cool guy. Let me see. I saw another story I didn't do a video on. Let me see if I can find it. I didn't even read the article. But before I do this, let's see. Oh my God, y'all. I just came across a story. Mom accused of causing 1-year-old's death by rubbing heroin on her daughter's gums as sleep aid. Can y'all believe that? That stopped me dead in my tracks when I seen that title. Oh, it happened a year ago. The 1-year-old daughter died from acute fentanyl poisoning. 33-year-old Maine woman faces charges. Kimberly Nelligan was arrested on Wednesday and has pleaded not guilty to child endangerment and drug possession charges. Of course, she wouldn't comment. Investigators allege she rubbed small amounts of heroin on the little girl's gums about 15 times over the course of 2 months before the child's October 10th, 2018 death. I'd say tie her up and shove a bunch of that down her throat. That's what I'd say. That's what I'd like to do. That is so crazy. I don't know if my chat's moving or not. That is awful. I know. I was looking for a story about a mom who killed her husband, and that news story was on there. Oh, yeah, they found that American bookie dead in a Mexican graveyard. He was kidnapped like a year ago, I think, in Costa Rica. Family paid $1 million ransom. Oh, yeah. I had this in my title. Forgot. Y'all should remind me about this is awful. There's a boy in New York, a 16-year-old boy. He died after being stabbed during a fight that erupted outside a strip mall. And rather than call the for help for the injured teen, about 50 teenagers stood around him, videoing him as he had a big stab wound in his chest, laid on the ground, dying, bleeding to death. And they videoed this boy and put it up all over social media. Yeah, that's awful. Says they videoed his death instead of helping him. Detective, I think his name's Fitzpatrick, said more than 50 teens either witnessed or were involved in Monday's brawl, which happened in Oceanside after school was dismissed. I think his name's Cassine Morris, the boy that got stabbed. He did die from his injuries. And do you know why he was attacked? 7 boys attacked him because Cassine walked a girl home from school just to make sure she got home okay. Walked a friend home. And I guess one of the boys liked her or something, but about 7 of them ganged up on him. He got stabbed. And instead of anybody calling 911, they videoed him on the ground. Yeah. Sick. It's sick. Teenagers should know better than shit like that. They should be taught better than that. What is wrong with the world? Poor kid. Good looking kid, too. Investigators, of course, are reviewing the footage. They've been able to acquire and are identifying possible suspects. His sister, Kiana, said everybody loved him. He was amazing. Jasmine Ortiz, a parent of an Oceanside high school student, commented to CBS, these kids had no humanity. The fight also left another teen with head injuries and a broken arm. Goodness gracious. It sounds like a gang or something. That's crazy. I was trying to. This happened in Washington. A Washington mother faces murder charges after allegedly shooting her husband to death during a fight, but she claims she acted in self-defense. But after the shooting, a detective interviewed the couple's 18-year-old son and 16-year-old daughter, who allegedly said their parents had no history of domestic violence. They said their mother had been depressed and that their parents had had marital issues since May. They also told investigators their mother asked them both to be out of the house that night. So she planned to kill their dad, and she didn't want them home. And then's going to claim self-defense. Do people not think about their kids, when they're killing their spouse or wanting to kill their spouse, how much it's going to hurt their children? Even though your marriage or relationship may be over, you may not love the person no more, but your kids do. I think kids are really spoiled this day and time. Going back to the kid that was stabbed. They're privileged, spoiled brats. Some people don't teach their kids anything. They just baby them. And I think that's bad for kids if you just let them by with everything. There's no consequences for their actions and stuff. Then they go through life thinking they can just do whatever and nothing's going to happen to me. They know better. They just don't care. I know it. We got our ass busted growing up. We did stuff. I don't believe on hitting on. I've never whipped my son. Never ever. I've never had to. He's very respectful and stuff. I don't believe in hitting kids, but a little tap on the butt sometime. It's not going to hurt. That little girl that ran away from home in Texas and everybody was looking for her. They need to get her some counseling. I bet her parents were terrified. See what Just Mama says. It says something really about our world that kids record crimes and share instead of help. Yeah, trying to get some views on YouTube or Instagram or something. They don't care. That's awful. When I went out to eat the other day, I went to this Chinese place and I was looking around and just about everybody was on their daggone phone in that restaurant. And I was like, Jesus. That's all people care about anymore. All of them scrolling social media, I guess. Well, I guess that's about all the true crime I'm going to talk about this morning. That stuff can be very depressing. Sometimes you got to change it up a little bit. Totally agree, CC. It's a huge problem. Spoiled is one thing. Spoil your kids, people. Just take it away when they don't deserve it and teach consequences for action, positive and negative. Exactly. Yes. I guess my son's like a little bit spoiled. He's got a couple different game systems and stuff, but he's a good kid and he's a respectful kid and he's well mannered. So, but if he says something smart, you better believe I am all over him. Kids don't know how to be kids. I know. No kids play outside. My neighbor's two little boys now, they play outside all the time. That we had to play outside when we was growing up. I mean, we had like an Atari PlayStation had just come out in the 80s and stuff, but we played outside. We played in the woods. We even built our own little cabin, me and my brothers, in the woods. We'd do like obstacle courses in the woods, play basketball, two-hand touch football. Hey, I love that goat, Love Rogue. She climbed right up on me this morning at that video. I love my goat. She's obsessed with bread. You ringing his bell, Cece? No, I didn't have to ring his bell for him, Mel, yet. Not yet. He was okay when he came back yesterday. And this morning, Annabelle's looking so much better, isn't she, Love Rogue? Her coat and stuff. Here's the link if someone wants to come up. Hey, Love Rogue, I've got this thing you can hook up to the TV, and you can actually play like Pac-Man and a few different of the 80s games. I can't remember all of them. It's pretty cool. It's just like it's got this little joystick with it, and it just plugs into the TV. Most kids wouldn't know what an Atari is. Some of like the original Ataris, like that's in the boxes, not been opened up, are worth big money. Some of the older games. Hey, Light Feather. Good morning, honey. Or afternoon. Good afternoon. Forgot it's not morning. Yeah, she's doing great. Hey, she's weird. She's a weird goat. She's always friendly, but sometimes she don't want you to touch her. Like today, she didn't want me to touch her. She didn't want me to brush her. And that's fine. I respect her boundaries. My kids play capture the flag. It's just on TV. My son, all he wants to do is play games. I have to make him quit. He tries to come to my house and think he can stay on the game system the whole time, and mom won't say nothing to him. Because I do let him play longer than my mom does, I will admit. I do. But when I ask him to get off, he gets off. I make him go to see the chickens with me and stuff. We go for walks. I just got in from shopping and waiting with my mom. Oh, my new grandbaby is a boy. Oh, congratulations. I can't wait to see him. Alex is pregnant. I don't know what I don't know what she's having. Maybe they're going to be surprised, I think. Maybe I don't know if they're going to know the gender beforehand or not. Everybody's having babies. Lord, I don't I don't want to have any more. I can still have babies, but I don't I don't want another child. I mean, if it happened to happen, you know what I mean? Be happy, but I don't plan on having another baby. I like my animals. I like to surround myself with my animals. That's what makes me happy. I want a bird. Yeah, I want a talking bird bad. I'm going to get one too. One of these days. I've wanted one my whole life. A talking little parrot. Have you ever seen that movie, Polly, about that talking parrot? He gets separated from his original owner and tries to get back to her. He goes on a big journey. Takes him years to, by the time he finds her, she's grown up. It's a good movie. It's due March the 12th. March baby. Spring baby. I don't know. Some kind of parrot, local rogue. I'm not sure what Polly was. He's a smile parrot. One of the smile ones. I would love to have a cockatoo. I could do so good with a cockatoo. I believe. They like to argue, and I do too. I love arguing with Sonny. Melman, I love Polly. I had never seen it till a few months ago. I have a grandgirl coming in November, a grandson coming in October. I have to go to North Carolina for one and Kansas for another. Oh, oh, an African gray would be good. No, Polly's not an African gray because Polly is like green and red. Y'all watch Petra, the African gray? She's like famous. And I watch Einstein. Einstein's from Texas. He's an African gray. Pebbles is about my favorite cockatoo and Max. Because they're white and they got like this peaches and cream look to them with a little yellow. Isn't it funny? All birds can talk, but I've never heard a chicken or rooster talk. I know it. Sonny tries to. He was a sun conure. That's what he was. Polly in the movie. I wouldn't mind. I'd love to have one of those. Meow Meow said those bad birds, though, loud. I would have to have something that all birds going to be a little loud that wouldn't trigger my anxiety. Maybe a little parrot or something. I think the little parrots are cute. Or the ringnecks. I like to have a big zoo is what I'd like to have. Oh, well, guys, I believe I'm going to get off here. Thanks for chatting. My new budgie, Mr. Dude, doesn't shut up. Oh, I can't wait to see him. Yeah, but they're not loud like a budgie's not. Like, I'm talking about loud like, macaws can be and stuff. But anyways, I love y'all. See y'all tomorrow, hopefully. Be kind and peace. Thanks for stopping by, Bobby. Bye, guys. Love y'all.